Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Truth Force. How y'all doing today on this Labor Day in the United States? We got a lot of stuff going on I want to cover. One of the videos I'm going to do today is going to be Hong Kong. Going to do a update on the protests, what's going on there, what happened the last few days. A lot of stuff the mainstream media isn't showing you. And I got a second video coming out a little bit later today. It's going to be about Prince Andrew, how he's connected to Epstein. Make sure you guys are sharing these videos. Check us out over on Minds and on BitChute and 3Speak. These are all alternative platforms that are censorship resistant. And it's very important that we sign up and subscribe and share links to those sites because YouTube is demonetizing a lot of us and they're going to censor these videos, especially Hong Kong and riot stuff, because they don't want the truth to get out. So that's why we upload to other places. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff going on here. We saw a protester who just tried to throw a Molotov cocktail at the police. Get the police shooting tear gas rounds into the crowd here. Protesters have been trying to light stuff on fire to block the police. This happened over the last couple of days here. There's been a lot of fires they've been starting. The police have been arresting lots of people. They've been storming the subways, attacking people. You can see some of the laser pointers people are using there. Switch to another video here. There's Hong Kong police are just targeting random commuters, indiscriminately beating them up and arresting them. So this is kind of graphic, guys. Restart this video here. You can see they're just beating people in the ground there with batons. They don't care if the press is watching. Lots of people ended up getting arrested here. There was a bunch of students who are also joining in. Here's a different angle. What's going on here? See, the police were just indiscriminately beating everybody up in this train here, regardless of these people even starting anything or having any weapons of any sort. Hong Kong students are boycotting classes in protest. They're all showing up here. Given a view of this crowd here, I tried counting how many umbrellas there were, just like going in a straight line. I think I counted maybe about 100 or so in a straight line, and if you figure there's a lot more people back there, so there might be... This might be 300 to 400 people, maybe 500 people deep. And if you go by how many there are across, there could be an easy 40 or 50 wide there. So you're looking at numbers of maybe, you know, in the tens of thousands, multiple tens of thousands, just in this one section right here. Get a close up here. They zooming in on some of the crowds. And some of their signs. Beneath this masks are ideas. These ideas are bulletproof. A lot of them don't want the Chinese government to take over and the social credit scores and all the oppression coming in, so they're all starting to protest for this. To give you guys an idea of China's total surveillance state, they have cameras in the streets, they have armored cars, they have tanks, they have police stations on every corner. Here is some footage from the Wall Street Journal. Essentially, you can't even go into a store without scanning your facial recognition. To cross the street, you'll have to talk to an officer. There'll be people waiting. There's police stations on the corner of every block. It's really turning into a total 1984 situation. They're starting this in the biggest cities, and they're starting to spread to all the other ones. Just to even walk into a store or drive your car, you'll get checked at random checkpoints. So if you watch this again, so they're just walking down the street right here, right? You see how there's police right here? You're just walking down the street and they have a random desk set up, and there'll be police like across the street there, and then there'll be police like over here, and then there'll be police over there to get in the store, and you'll get scanned randomly. And they have facial recognition that is tracking every single person at every single time. Although you can see it's missing some people. Every single thing you do, every place you go. If you want to buy something, let me show you this. Like, you guys probably have never seen some of this stuff. When you want to buy a knife here, this guy goes in and is just buying a butcher's knife. He has to fill out this paperwork. They laser etch a QR code that is assigned to his unique human identifier. And if he's caught with someone else's knife and it's not his QR code on it, he'll go to jail. You can't sell your knife to other people. They track everything. This is registered to you now. This knife is literally knife registration. This is what totalitarianism looks like with technology. Yep. See that? They have surveillance on the street here. They'll identify everything. There's some more stuff going on over the last few days where they're getting them with this blue dye liquid. And this is going to be used to identify them later so they can arrest them en masse. So they're starting to do this blue dye, and they're starting to do... So this blue dye is something like when you would rob a bank and it gets blue dye all over you. It stays on you for like a week to 2 weeks. Really hard to get off. And they're just spraying the crowd with this. Some of the other stuff that's going on is they're dropping infrared powder from helicopters. Still looking for footage of that, but there's a lot of people posting pictures. And here's some of the literature from this website right here. You can guys go check out that talks about some of the phosphorescent powders and stuff. Organizers of the Hong Kong general strike on September 2nd today said a police helicopter flew over, dropped fluorescent powder on them all. So you can see this fluorescent powder everywhere. It's on their shoes. It's on their clothes. So they're tagging everybody with this because they're gonna try to. Sorry, let me mute that. They're gonna try and round everybody up in a mass roundup a little bit later, and you're probably never gonna hear from these people again because they're gonna be off to the gulags. Unfortunately, there was a helicopter that had some pictures taken of it. This guy posted that this helicopter was here over 1600 Tamar Park, and then they showed a flight path. And it's a service helicopter. And around this time period, people started to have their clothing, and they noticed that had all the powder on it. So just here's some of the information on here, and here's the helicopter itself. And it shows that it did fly on September 2nd. So this is all the details there. So somebody looked that up and got the flight logs. Excuse me. Choked on some water there. I gotta love it. Protesters started some fires as well. And the police later put this fire out with some fire extinguishers and fire trucks. You can also see in the background all the laser lights. People are using those to blind the police. And we got a few other things here. This was another angle of the violent attack. And then this was more of the blue dye spraying here. At one point, they were throwing Molotov cocktails at the police by getting up on top of a bridge, throwing it down on them, but they missed. There's a better angle here of the fire truck that is shooting out the blue dye, and this is what it looks like once it's on the ground. So it's kind of a trippy type thing. And some people were saying that the dye stings. I'm sure it does. Probably has a lot of chemicals in it that bond to your skin. If you guys wanted to follow what is going on, you can go over to the reddit.com/r/Hong Kong. It's the Hong Kong subreddit. And keep in mind there's a Hong Kong knockoff that's like pro-police and showing all the brutality and stuff like that. And they're really sick people in that one. So make sure you go to the right one, the original one. Here's some more pictures of the dye on people's clothing. And this is over on some of their forums I brought up. And here's some more pictures here. So they can just drop this out of a helicopter, easily identify you. It's going to stay on there. This was a perfectly legal gathering, and they still did it. And there's a lot more going on. This is the 13th week of the protest. It's going to keep going on for a while here until they round them all up and send them to gulags, I think. So it's just going to be how it is. And it's really sad that they have to live under an oppressive system. Well, I hope you guys can share these videos. Like I said, I'm documenting all this, uploading it to uncensorable platforms like BitChute and ThreeSpeak. And I also upload this to YouTube because I want to get the masses out there informed about what's going on. And thank you to all the people who are reporting on this. You'll see that I'm using some of these people from Twitter because that's where a lot of stuff's going on. And some people are uploading to YouTube. So thank you for getting this all out here. And luckily, we have a decentralized way of preserving all this. So I also post this on Steemit. So you guys should join Steemit. Check out the information more on there. And as always, love you guys. Please share and support. We will have some monetization stuff coming up in the near future. Also, check out our website. There are ways you can support us on there. And thanks, guys. Peace.